Hey there, and welcome back to the Transformers the Game 2.0 mod. As you recall, in the last episode, we experienced the original Ultimate Doom alongside Prime's ultimate weapon. And now, we're on to something that I'm sure you've all been waiting for, the drones. Okay, so this first episode will cover all of the early and advanced Decepticon drones. Now, the reason we're not including the elites as well is because this video already is crazy long. So, we're gonna split it up. I'm sorry, but there was just no way I was gonna get that all done in time this year. It's just no way. So, this is the best I can do. One quick point I want to make though. I will only be covering drones that have had substantial visual changes, or an initial showcase to display new weapons and abilities. But other than that, we're not going to focus on any of the default characters. We'll save that for another video, which I intend to remake. Okay, that should be that. You all ready to get droning? I am. Let's drone! Up first in our drone determination, we have the DroneDefault Red. He is the first enemy we encounter in the Autobot campaign, first appearing at the Advanced Combat tutorial and later at the start of the first chapter. He is a pretty basic reskin of the default texture, but in a much bolder red. No doubt based upon his early concept art designed by Ken Christensen. Kind of similar to the deluxe figure, actually. There are also some more obscure alterations that I'll mention now. One of the most subtle differences I've noticed is that the Decepticon insignia on his chest has been recolored to be more purple. The original was much more red in hue, and I think this new insignia looks much better. He does seem to suffer from a slight transparency problem on his textures. As you can see, he has some spots near the edges of his non-colored parts that make for a bit of an eyesore, especially when he has brighter colors like this. Moving on to the back of his shoulders, I have noticed that the deco on the back of the doors has slightly changed. He has more color on the back, taking over the place of his interior design. Other than those few distinctions though, he's a straight recolor. Now let's talk gameplay. While this drone specifically sticks to the standard melee attack system, he does possess some new ranged weapons we can try out. The first is the primary weapon, which fires this rapid red laser blast. And for his heavy weapon, he has a new grenade blast. Which appears to be quite destructive. We'll test that more in a moment, but first, let's take a look at his vehicle mode. Red Drone Default, Transform! So his alt mode, as you probably expect, is a straight red reskin of the default texture. And I have to say, it is a very gorgeous shade of red. As you can see though, the car form really suffers from that transparency problem. It is unfortunately quite apparent, especially around all his non-colored parts, which we'll zoom in on and get a closer look at now. From a distance, you probably won't notice it, but if you're playing with him, yeah, it's pretty obvious. Just as in robot mode, the Decepticon insignia on his hood has again been recolored to look more purple, which is again a really nice addition. Alright, we've shown him off. Now, let's take him into action and see what he's capable of. So I figured it'd be fun to take him and try him on a hunt. So let's see what he can do. Bump. Ranged weapons aren't too effective right now. Out back. We'll cut him off then. Ooh. Stop. Okay, it does some decent damage. Okay, it's not too bad. Alright, cool. Next target. Ooh, how are its destructive capabilities? Ooh! Oh, that is some great destructive power. Is that a different get-up sequence? faster when he shoots. Very good destructive weapon, though. Nice. Alright, Autobots inbound. Stop. Get him! Get him! No. We'll get him this way. Cut him off. Oh, wow. I was gonna dread him. You can't run from me. I'll cut you off. Hey, what the? Get him. Good. That's actually pretty effective. Boom. Not too bad. Lights out, scrap pile. Oh, criminy, darn it. Oh, okay. Well, that was convenient. Come here, Autobot scum. Oh, I don't think so. Ow! Hadouken! Yeah. Oh, ooh. Finish me. Come on, kill me. No, I changed my mind. Oh. Huh, alright, cool. Well, that was certainly fun. Let's move on to the next one. Up next, we have the early drone forklift. Now, visually, this guy has received no changes. Actually, to be honest, I'm not really sure if there are any differences with him at all. Really, the only feature I want to check out here are his weapons. His primary is the same rapid red laser, okay. And his heavy weapon is that stupid beam weapon. Oh, this thing makes me want to topple down a warehouse. And really, those are the only distinctions I am here to check. But, to gouge these weapons properly, I need to test them. Fortunately, I spawned a few drones nearby, so we'll test these on them and see just how they perform. Has a bit of a stun effect. Interesting. Is this very destructive? Not really. What about this thing? No, it's not. Okay. Okay, that's pretty potent. Whoa. What? Let's see if there's another drone nearby. Hello? Anybody here? Hi, there you are. Oh, whoa! Ow! Looks like he's got a different get-up animation as well. Whoa! Ow! Okay. Oh! Right. Okay then. So he's got some pretty destructive power, at least when it comes to other enemies. And he also has his unused climb animations, even though he can't actually get up. Ah, yes, and you can see here the different colors between the Autobot and Decepticon drones now. You can see how the Decepticon is much darker and more red, and the Autobot is a bit more yellow in hue. And that's a hard color to match, believe me. I tried to do it. It's quite a tricky one. But I do like that the two drones are distinct now. Well, that's that. To the next drone. Up next, we have the early drone pickup truck. This drone is completely gray and is encountered all throughout the suburbs, but first makes his appearance at the second battle in Chapter 1. Contrary to what I initially thought, his color is not the same yellowish gray as the default pickup truck. Reference is a bit hard to nail down, but it does seem that the original deco was that same yellow-gray. But perhaps this is based upon something else. In any case, it is pretty much what you'd expect. A completely gray drone with all the distinctive blue portions and markings removed. So yeah, he is not nearly as colorful as he once was. Of course, as you can see, he is unfortunately still poorly weighted at his sides. Ugh. Well, let's zoom in and get a closer look at him, shall we? Here is his head. His doors at the side. You can see that that special marking has been completely wiped out. There is the back, again with all the distinctive markings removed, and oh god, that weighting! How did you guys miss this? Ugh. Seriously, how did the devs get this far and not see this? Yeah. Here is a nice look at the chest from the front. And his legs. Now, his gameplay is much the same as the standard pickup truck drone, however, his weapons have been updated slightly. His primary weapon is still the same standard missile launcher, but the heavy weapon is now this new rapid-fire gun. I'm curious to see how this performs, but first, let's have a look at his vehicle mode. Early drone pickup truck, transform! Again, this truck is exactly what you'd expect it to be. A solid gray, blank truck with all blue sections wiped out. I will say that the truck mode appears a lot brighter compared to robot mode. Just an observation. Let's zoom in a little closer. Yeah, really not a whole lot to mention here. Well, that's it as far as a general showcase goes. Let's take him into action with another hunt. Alright, we got some Autobot pickups to hunt down. Let's get to it. Ooh, intriguing. Ooh. Okay, decent weapon. Not too shabby. How about destructive power? Okay, it's fast, it doesn't do a whole lot of actual destruction. Alright. Okay, so not the most destructive con. I want you to roll, darn it! There you go. Bonk. Hey, stop right there. Oh Definitely his strongest feature is that heavy weapon. Oh, hey! Lights out, Autobot. Oh, he's coming this way. Stop him. Oh! Alright, he's got some pretty good ranged weapons. It's probably his best feature. Okay, on to the next drone. Up next, we have the Early Cement drone. Now, again, much like the forklift, this guy has received no visual changes. The only thing different to mention about him is his gameplay. And one of his key aspects to that was that you could fight him regularly. So, nothing really to showcase on that count, but I do want to check out his weapons. His primary, seems to be a heavy rocket blast, and his secondary, something with a very long recharge. A powerful grenade blast by the looks of it. Well, I've spawned a drone nearby, so we'll go fight him and see how these weapons perform. His walk just looks like he's so done with life. I have to go do this, go do that. I still can't really see where I'm going. Ow! Yeah. Surprise, surprise. Oh, whoa. Hey there. Oh! Back at you. Oh, stop it. I see, I can hit you. Stay there. Oh, wow. Knocked him onto the ground with a direct hit. Oh, I can't pick up that small stuff. Oh! Double knockdown. In the puddle. No! What hit me that time? Ow! Ow! Ow, my head. What we should try is try getting him into truck mode, yes. Boom. Oh. That didn't do anything. Stop it. Can't pick up blocks. Stay there. Stay right there. I'm out of here. Chase me. Whoa! Holy moly, did you see that? That is one powerful weapon. Whoa! I don't know if he's actually taking damage from this, but I can hit him. Wow, that is some powerful gun. Definitely feels a lot stronger than he did by default. I didn't think he could knock out another cement before, but he can here. Poles are in. Can I pick you up? No. Let's finish him off. Ow. Hey! Really? Really? You just had to get in that last hit, didn't you? Alright, well that's it for this dude. On to the next drone. Up next, we have the Early MiG drone, who makes his first and only appearance in Chapter 1 at the second action zone. Now this skin is actually one of mine. I honestly can't remember if he was ever released outside of this mod. I don't think he was. Well, regardless, he is based upon a early concept design that contained no camo. Though, the reason I made him was so that I had a blank template to work off of. This has since become terribly obsolete by my current standards, and there is a lot of improvements that could be made. Still, as far as a clear base goes, it's a pretty good place to start. There really isn't much I have to say on him appearance-wise, but I'll throw in a few close-ups for you. Yeah, as you can see, the camo has been totally taken away from his vertical stabilizers and wings, as well as his upper thigh armor. And his back section, I'd like to revisit. I think I could have cleaned up the panel lines a lot more, so that's probably one thing I'll do. But again, it's still a great template to resume work from. As far as gameplay goes, this guy was unique from your standard MIG, as he never used his flame attack, and he didn't explode when he was deactivated. So he basically behaved like your standard drone. No special abilities, just a standard attack pattern. As for his weapons, his primary appears to be a rapid-fire missile launcher, and his heavy is, of course, the flamethrower. We'll save on testing this for the Elite, because I don't want to do that here. But otherwise, there isn't a whole lot to say about him. He's pretty standard as far as drones go. That covers robot. Let's move on to his jet mode. Early MIG drone, transform! So yeah, more of the same here. He's just a camoless version of the default drone MIG. This mode was never seen in the mod to my knowledge, so we'll just turn him around here. Yeah, I'd really like to improve those panel lines. They just look too plain. Okay. Yeah, like I said, this skin has since become terribly outdated. It's still a great base that I can improve upon, but not by any means a good final product. I think we'll skip on the demonstration on this one for now, and just move on to the next drone. Next up, we actually have a bonus drone. The Rusty MIG drone. Okay, so this drone actually goes totally unused in the mod. In fact, I actually asked Digital about this drone, and he said he was originally intending to try full-on custom designs for drones, but scrapped that idea after deciding to stick with the concept designs instead. Now, the idea for this drone, as I understand it, was that he was meant to have scanned a rusty jet at Suxen, I imagine, and he would show up at the beginning at A1C1. However, as we all know, my blank reskin took his place. So, that's it as far as his background goes as to why he was never used in the mod, but now let's run through what exactly we got here. So, as you can plainly tell, it is a really dingy, rusty robot. What's interesting about him, first and foremost, is that he uses a blend of his spec texture and the standard diffuse texture for his final texture. I have to say, the combo doesn't really work that well. It leaves him with some really bold white sections across his body that otherwise would have just been used for shading on his spec, especially on his glass sections. The interior texture, though, isn't too bad. It's just a dirty version of the standard diffuse texture, which looks pretty good. But the whole spec/diffuse combo just doesn't come off very well. Anyway, that's the basics on him. Let's zoom in for a closer look. So here at the head and shoulders, you can really see those bold white areas I was talking about. Yeah, that's a side effect of the spec texture. They work fine when used for the spec texture itself, but as a diffuse texture, not really a good blend. And you get more of it on his vertical stabilizers there. And his elbow armor is just so bright. Although one thing I can mention is that the Decepticon insignia has been grayed out. Most likely to go with the whole rustic theme this guy is going for. His wings aren't quite as bad, but his entire back section is crazy white. The spec for that section must be insanely intense, because it's coming through really strong on the diffuse, so. Legs have a bit more of that intense spec shining through, but the foot section doesn't look too bad, because that is the interior texture, I believe, and it actually looks pretty good. Like I said, the interior texture here is totally fine. I think the skin would have worked fine if it was just a diffuse texture, but the spec blend, not a good call. So, that's it for the robot visuals. There are no changes to mention gameplay-wise, so we'll just move right on to vehicle mode. Dirty MIG, transform! So again, you've got the same deal here. His texture is again a mixed match of a dirty diffuse with a dirty spec, most prominently with the spec placed over the camo sections. I'm sorry to say the result here isn't much better than Robot. Don't get me wrong, I think the dirty diffuse looks great, but the whole addition of the spec texture on top of that just really doesn't carry over well. I think that's really the only problem this skin has. The idea behind it is good, but the addition of that spec texture included with the diffuse just really throws off the whole design. But yeah, in the end, that's really all I have to say. I don't think there's anything worth exploring as far as actual gameplay goes, so we'll just move on to the next drone. Up next, we have the Beta DroneDefault. This drone is encountered across the hubs in both the suburbs and more than meets the eye. He is based upon a deco seen in very early screenshots for the game. This reskin pretty much recolors the drone into a dark purple-blue color and strips him of any decals. Also, this skin in particular is a modified version of the one Blackout made. Since I'm not too familiar with the original skin specifically, I cannot say exactly what was changed from the original version. Color-wise, he appears pretty accurate. Obviously, reference for him is a little limited, but color-wise, as far as I can tell, it seems about right. There aren't a whole lot of differences to mention here, but I'll do a quick zoom up all the same. His most obvious distinction is that the decals on his shoulder doors are now completely gone. I can also see that his Decepticon insignia has been recolored to that new purpley purple, and not that reddish purple. Nothing too special to mention about the back. Really nice color though. And that's about that. Gameplay-wise, he performs about the same as the DroneDefault, so we'll skip that and head on to vehicle mode. Beta DroneDefault, transform! Again, it's pretty much just like Robot. All the decals on the sides have been taken away, leaving you with a very simple purple-blue car. We'll zoom in for a few close-ups. Here's a nice look from the front. And really, the only other distinction I can see is that he has had his Decepticon insignia on the hood recolored to be that more purpley purple. And yeah, there really isn't a whole lot to him. Well, all the same, let's go around and play with him for a bit. Actually, you know what? No, I don't want that. Remember this guy? Remember? Seriously, this moment? Frickin' gold. I don't know exactly what happened. I assume it had something to do with going into that beacon while he was picking this up, but it was frickin' magic. I loved it. Anyway, I'm done being offensive. Let's get to it. Okay, let's get him. Bump. Bump him off the road. Alright. Oh, that was sweet. Hadouken! Ah. What's up? Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Ooh. Boom! Ow. It's still better than Barricade's heavy weapon. Alright, hunt him down. Barricade should have this heavy weapon, if you ask me. Oops! Who's next? I want to ram into someone else. This way. This way. This way. Stop. Dang it. Oh. Bump. Bump. Yes. Nope. Nope. Ow! Oh, hey. Well, that was convenient. Hey, let's get everyone together for a party. That'll be fun. We'll have a fun time. Toast marshmallows and drink poison ivy. Oh, that was a... Sweet, stop. You won. What a loser. Okay. Gather around, everybody. It's party time. I can do that too. It just went flying again. Coward! Dude, you really want to do that again? Oh, I thought he was gonna go after me. Yeah. Ooh, he got palmed. Oh, that was awesome. Okay, next drone. Next up, we have the DroneTowTruck. Now, admittedly, this guy has received no visual changes in robot mode. At all. However, he does have a few weapon updates. His primary weapon is still the same standard missile launcher, but his heavy weapon is now... some plasma cannon-esque weapon. Yeah, see? Something like that. I'm not really going to be focusing on that right now, though. His one distinction is in vehicle mode. And I didn't notice this until really just now, actually. So let's check it out. DroneTowTruck, transform! As you can see, his hook, boom, hitch, crane, whatever, is now yellow, when it was originally blue. Now, for those who don't know, that is a feature present in the low-res version of the tow truck. In fact, I think it was that video that led to this change, actually. I guess Digital saw that distinction in my low-res, high-res comparison and made the change, which is honestly pretty cool that one of my videos inspired such a change. So that's it for him. Well, I'd say that covers everyone in Demo Tranquility. Let's move on to More Than Meets the Eye. Starting off More Than Meets the Eye, we have the Armored Car Pepsi Edition. This reskin, as you no doubt know, is based upon the unused Pepsi payload that I covered in a video a while back. This particular reskin is another by Blackout, and honestly, comparing it to the low-res version, I think this is as close to an accurate representation of that skin as you can currently get. Of course, there are some slight limitations due to the unique unmirrored decals the low-res has, which we will take a closer look at now. So first, there is the Pepsi logo on his head. Due to the mirror textures, it is backwards on the opposite side. Unfortunately, there isn't much that can be done about that at this time. The Pepsi logo on his upper chest isn't quite a decal. It's more of a rough imitation of the logo itself. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head how exactly it looked in low-res, but I thought it was just the whole logo itself slapped on there. Again, I can't really remember. I'll have to double check that. The Pepsi logos and text on his back are kind of reversed on one side. Again, there isn't a whole lot you could do about this. It's just kind of a limitation of the game. Now, moving to the arms, this is where I was kind of impressed. The pattern for the arms looks to be spot on. As far as I can tell, it's pretty impressive work to get the exact same pattern from the vehicle and carry it over to the arms. That is pretty impressive. And I don't know if you can see it there, but in the interior of his arm, the cyan part there has been recolored to red. And I believe that's accurate to the low-res one. And the legs seem to have been replicated just as well. The pattern for this deco looks to be copied over pretty much perfectly. Honestly, all those swirls from the Pepsi pattern look beautiful in the shading. Such a nice shine to it. All that said though, this is about as spot on as you can get. Onward to gameplay though, his primary weapon is a rapid-fire plasma cannon by the looks of it. Not sure how destructive it is. Ooh, white. Dang, that's got some power. And his heavy weapon looks kind of similar to the default. Ironic, his primary weapon is more effective than his heavy. Interesting. I'm curious to see how this will perform. Well, that is pretty much all I have to say for robot mode. Let's move on to vehicle mode just as soon as I clear out this zone. Okay, Pepsi payload, transform. And car form is where things start to hit the bulk of their limitations. Again, this deco is about as accurate as you can get, but there are a lot of limitations due to the mirrored textures and the unique vehicle meshes. Obviously, with the mirrored textures, you're going to have text that is backwards on some sides or mirrored down the center on others. But there really isn't much to be done about that. So it is probably the best you can get for the time being. So first of all, you have the mirrored Pepsi logo going down the hood, which is, like I said, where these limitations are especially noticeable. You can also see another on the back of the vehicle. And you have those backward logos on the sides. Again, not a whole lot that can be done. But yeah, that aside, it's a very faithful recreation. Alright, well, that's all for the showcase. Let's dash into action and see what he can do. So I figured it'd be fun to take Pepsi Payload here onto a hunt with his restored dash ability, courtesy of the alternative mod. So, let's charge him down. Come on, Autobot. Run him off the road. Bash him, smash him, turn him into scrap. Block him, block him, block him. Yes! Whoa! That is one destructive weapon. Go away. Who's next? Probably that salvage who's stuck. Again. Ugh, wish I could see where I was going. Yep, he's stuck. Tea time's over, lads. Where these guys go? It's this way, right? Always going that way, so this guy should be coming this way, right? Maybe. Where is he? Over there. Stop him. Pretty good with tracking, but not quite fast enough. But, whoa! Oh, right, yeah, that's a thing. I forgot about that. Just imagine what the elite speed is like. That'll be interesting to try out. Is it coming back this way? Oh, he loops around. I see. Oh, crud, I wish I could see. I don't think this is right. Where the heck am I going? Is he coming this way, or is he going the long way? Does he go all the way around? I'm gonna guess he goes the long way. He doesn't, he tricked me, he's a deceiver. Where is this bot? Run him down! Oh! Okay, one left. Let's test your destructive capabilities. Wow, that is impressive. You do the Decepticons proud, mate. I don't care about that big red X. He's going... I'm running out of time, so I better hurry. Oh, it's coming this way, I think. He's turning around. I think not. There, we got him. Good job. Right, well, that's that. On to the next drone. Closing off more than meets the eye, we have the PSP Demolition Derby Default Drone. This is a character I have no real direct foreknowledge on, as I have no experience with that particular game. Based on what reference I can find, though, this seems like a pretty accurate take on what is obviously a very low-res model. This is also the first time I've seen a skin of the drone default that isn't a full flat color, and he actually has a pretty decent wear and tear job all across his armor. Let's get some close-ups of some of his more unique points. Starting from his head, his optic has been recolored to a bold red, a detail quite accurate to the reference material. His chest has some pretty strong wear and tear, with small bits of red spray paint around the headlights. His Decepticon insignia has also been grayed out, so it isn't purple anymore. The back has received some really nice dirt and grime on the glass. It's a subtle touch that I really like. His shoulder doors have a red spray painted 88 on them. And what's nice about this is that it mirrors quite nicely, since 8s don't look too weird if you flip them backwards. The arms have also received some pretty sweet damage. It just really goes to show how subtle touches like this really add life to what is an otherwise flat texture. And that's really all I have to point out for Robot Mode's appearance. Gameplay-wise, this drone was the first of the advanced drones, so he does higher damage, has faster melee, and more health. Weapon-wise, he... Weapon-wise, he has, weirdly enough, the pickup truck's weapons. So he's got the standard missile launcher and the rapid-fire weapon. Yeah, weirdly enough, in the game's files, this guy uses Pickup Truck A's data, which is interesting. Obviously, I'm not 100% sure how this all works. I think I understand a little bit on how the mod loads different drones for different maps. So if I had to guess, they're using Pickup Truck A as a replacement for this guy, since you're already using the two defaults data, I'm guessing. But yeah, very interesting that he uses the Pickup Truck A's data. It was an absolute pain to get this guy working right, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, that's all I got. Well, that's all I can really say for Robot Mode. Let's check out Vehicle Mode. Demolition Derby Drone, transform! So the car form is much like robot form in that it has been fully blasted with dirt and grime. Again, it is nice to see this character not look so flat for once. The vehicle also seems to be pretty accurately matched up with what is depicted in the game, though I do think the actual car is a slightly different model. This is a pretty good representation of it. Most of the unique bits to mention can be found on the sides of the car. He has the 88 on his doors once again, which work quite nicely when mirrored, and there is a Decepticon insignia over some red spray paint, which again looks pretty accurate to the game material. Other than that though, not a whole lot more to mention here. Well, we've shown him off, now let's see what damage he can do. So instead of another tedious hunt, we're just gonna have some fun and destroy the local populace. And the feeble Autobots will attempt to stop us. Where'd they go? Oh. Stick around. Wow. Out of my way. Oh, I'm gonna wreck the kitties' little playground so I can't have fun no more. No, I'm faster than you. Oh man. No more fun for the kitties. Yes, play on that. What? No. Spin this guy to next Sunday. Swing around the Rosie. Well, that was anticlimactic. Ooh, give me that. Okay, nice toss. Batter up, punk. Nah. A pity you're not more destructive than that, huh? Truck it! Let's finish off this Autobot and call it a night. Oh, 2 Autobots. Well, the more the merrier. I'm faster than all ya. See? Oh, yes. Oh, whoa. Oh, I thought he died. He didn't. Ooh. Nah. What? Pick it up. Stop it. This is your exit. Now. All right, that was fun. That's it for More Than Meets the Eye. Now, on to inside Hoover Dam. Starting off inside Hoover Dam, we have what is my favorite drone design in the entire mod, the Advanced Toy Concept Drone. This drone deco is absolutely gorgeous. It is based upon an unused figure concept that was likely thrown out in place of camshaft. You'll see some more obvious references to his design when you see vehicle mode. Not gonna lie, seriously wish we had gotten this guy instead. He sports an absolutely gorgeous color scheme. What can I say? Purple and black just always looks good. Let's get some close-ups on him and run through some of his details. His head, first of all, has had some unique adjustments made around his lens. The lens itself has been tinted to a light yellow and has a purple rim surrounding it, a detail that is indeed accurate to the toy design. His chest has a black pattern on the top, quite similar to that of camshafts. The Decepticon insignia has again been recolored to a more purpley color, which I again appreciate. The back of the drone is pretty much all black, and there's nothing else really going on there to mention. His shoulder doors have a new pattern compared to that of camshaft. You'll see that in more detail once we hit alt mode. That is really all I have to say regarding robot mode. He uses the same weapons as the red drone, so we'll just move on to vehicle mode. Advanced drone, transform! Now you can really begin to see all the similarities this guy has with camshaft. The basic deco is spot on to camshafts, the only real difference here being the pattern on the door. I'd say the deco was replicated quite accurately. We'll get some closer looks here at the more unique areas. Yeah, as you can see, he's got that black decreasing line pattern going down the door compared to that blue squiggle that camshaft had, but he has the same black squares going down the sides. And that is spot on to what camshaft had. His hood and roof are all black, just like camshaft. Interestingly enough, he does not seem to have a Decepticon insignia on his hood. And yes, how could I forget, he uses Bumblebee 07's wheels. Weirdly enough, they look better on him than they do on Bumblebee. How about that? Good golly, this is a gorgeous paint job. Oh, I love this so much. Love it. Okay, we've shown him off. Now, let's see him in action. So here we go with another hunt with some Autobots and some S7. Let's hunt them down. Oh, frickin' frack. Wow, this'll be easy. Hadouken! Ah. Ha! Missed! Ah. Eh. Ah. Ooh. I gotta put those S7s down. Ow. Out of my way. Assuming I have the time to make this, because I might not. Ow. Oh, it looks like they're stuck. Bonk. Wow, really? Oh, I took damage from that. Oh, you're not going anywhere. Nah. Ow. I don't have a lot of time. We got 30 seconds if we're lucky. Oh. Grab him. Yes. Grab him. Ah. Yes, we made it. Okay, we have one more drone to cover for this video. Let's get to him. And closing off inside Hoover Dam and this video, we have the Advanced Cement drone. This is the only other drone that appears in this level, and he is based upon the PSP version of the character, which appears pretty accurate from what I can tell. References for this guy aren't the best, so I don't have a whole lot to go on. I didn't realize this until now, but this is the same deco as used on the DroneCements in Qatar. I guess the lighting here kind of just threw me off a bit. Well, getting on task here, this drone is prominently white on all his armor, but with a few light tan areas scattered throughout. I'll run through the specifics now. Starting with the head, he has some tan armor on the sides, with the same color being used on the mixing drum on his shoulders. He also has some additional tan in the center of his back and on the rear of his arms. Everything else of note has been made white. So, as far as his gameplay goes, I recall he was able to switch between two attack styles, the slow pursuit and the rapid advance. It made him a bit more unpredictable than your typical cement drone. For his weapons, though, he has the same that we encountered with the early DroneCement. We'll see these in action a little later. For now, let's check out his vehicle mode. Advanced DroneCement, transform. So the truck form is pretty much the same deal as robot mode. He has the white taking up the front of the truck, with the tan occupying the mixing drum. However, an additional touch I noticed is that he has black on his rear fenders, an element that is indeed accurate to the truck itself. Okay then. Well, that's all for the visual stuff. Let's get into the beatdown stuff. So here we are back with another hunt. Time to hunt down these Autobots. This guy's got a pretty strong heavy weapon, so I'm curious to see how it'll do here. Oh, that's right, these guys are gonna get stuck. Okay, I'll just wait for that to happen then. It's only S7 I'm worried about at this point. Boom! Whoa! That's right, he can split between two attack styles. So he can do this, or he can... do that. Oh! Oh. Oh, that actually did something. I wasn't sure that it would. Hey! Oh. Oh, come on, you knocked me down, but I can't knock you down? What rubbish. Oh, my one weakness! Oh, they dead? They're dead. Okay, so the order would say those drones are gonna get stuck. So I'll cut through the center and reach them that way. Oh, that's right. The cement truck is highly susceptible to damage. Oh, we got one. I can't pick you up, so I have to do this. Just there. Got him. Wow, that is some firepower. Dang. Okay, get that last one. Out of my way, scum. If he heads this way, I got him. Moron. I'm gonna mix you up with pudding. Alright, nicely done. Okay, that is the last drone for this video. Let me wrap it up. And there you have all the early/advanced drones from the Transformers the Game 2.0 mod. Now, don't worry, we'll be covering the elites next week. Like I said, I had to split this off because it was going to be way too long, and trying to get the Autobot video done after this, I don't think I could have done it. But yeah, credit to all the parties involved. Digital, Blackout, myself. I'd say good jobs on the skins, but mine suck, so... But yeah, that is it for this video. I will see you next time with all of the elites. And I will tell you, there is more to them than meets the eye. Okay, well, that's it for this video. I will see you next time. Till then, don't be discreet, be elite.